Welcome back to another episode of Eagle vs. Kiwi podcast, a show about living in America from the perspective of a New Zealander. If you're new to the show, please share this on your social media channels. Tell your friends about it. It'll mean a lot to me. Get it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of shit. All right? It'll be cool. Let's grow. Let's get some people educated from me. You want to get some education by me? Sure, why not? I mean, you might as well. You've made it this far. You should probably sit down and put your headphones on and listen to it or whatever you're up to for the day. If you want to support the show as well, we've got a Patreon page set up on Podbean. So if you're listening to this on the app, just simply click the Become a Patreon supporter. Or if you're listening to this on your laptop or a computer, you'll see the icon to the far right of the page. Support us. Just chuck us a couple of shekels our way. We've got all our goals and our pleasure amounts and your rewards as well. Okay? But on today's show, we're going to be talking about a common question that I kind of get on a daily basis, and it's food. Like, what is New Zealand really known for? And I didn't really think about it. You know, I've never really thought about it because New Zealand's got so much food, but I know what my favorite ones are. But they're all like candies. They're all sweets. Like toffee pops, squiggles, pineapple lumps. Kinder Surprise when I was a kid with the toy. Because here, Kinder Surprise with the toy in the middle, it's illegal. Like to make the toy. It's illegal to do that here in America. Which is fucking hilarious. If you're going to choke on a toy, fucking choke on a toy. You know? No, do the Heimlich maneuver. Preference, don't do it. Okay. Okay, but I'm gonna break down a couple of my favorites. I really should get Megan on here because I feel that her insight as an American, food wise, would just fucking blow your minds. But we're just gonna start with a couple, and we're gonna break them down to top 10. We won't go top 10, but we'll talk about what some of my favorites are. Okay, we'll start with a classic, fish and chips. It's always a classic. All right, it's battered fish. It's beer battered fish, I should say. Beer battered fish with fucking French fries. I've said this on the podcast before. You just go into your local fish and chip, your chippery or your chipper or your fish and chip store, whatever, without the slangs. You go, I want 2 fish and $2 scoop of chips. And then they get it ready for you. They wrap it up into a tracing paper with newspaper on the outside. Boom, you're fucking done. Yeah, man, it's fucking legit. Or if they're really legit, you'll ask for a garlic salt. Just pour that little bad boy over top. Delish. It's delish. Another thing that most New Zealanders or like Americans don't know, and this changes from culture to culture, might I add, the hangi. The hangi is a staple of New Zealand food cuisine. It's basically, a hangi lets you embrace some of the deep seated incense. It's basically you dig a hole. You dig like a deep fucking hole. Use a fire to heat the bunch of stones, like charcoal if you want to call it that. Wrap the meat and veggies in flax or leaves. Put them in big as massive woven baskets, like huge, if you were to envision it, the baskets are the size of like if you were fishing an ocean, and like those huge like nets, they're kind of that size. You put all the food in there, cover the food and the stones in dirt, and you just let it there for like a couple of hours. And the smell of the dirt and food mingles, and it just tastes so legit, you know? It tastes so good. A proper hangi. And I don't actually know when this started, but in Samoan cultures, it's called a umu. So it's the same deal, but just with a different name, and it's crazy how that works. As another thing in New Zealand that's specific to New Zealand, they've got sweet potatoes there, but we call them kumara. So it's just a fancy way of saying sweet potato. Another iconic thing is meat pies. The fuss about meat pies, bro, I tell ya. So how the meat pie started is, so they had leftover dinner. This is like back in the coal mining days. They had leftover dinner from the night before. They didn't know how to take. It was basically because they didn't have any bowls or Tupperware back in the day. So their wives would make a pastry cup, and then they'll put the leftovers in there, and then they'll make a pastry lid, and then put the lid on top. Boom, that was a pie. And that's how the pie was created. And now we've got so many versions of the pie to this day that it's just become such a staple in New Zealand culture. And granted, in Australian culture, in the UK, it's just such a thing to eat in New Zealand. You can never go anywhere and not find a pie. Like, legit. Go into your local dairy, which is a convenience store to you Americans. Go into your local dairy, get a pie. Go into your local petrol station, gas station, get a pie. You can never not find a pie anywhere. Yeah, sausage rolls. Oh, fuck, I love it. Hokey pokey ice cream. Yeah. It's basically, I love hokey pokey ice cream. You can't really find it here. It's basically creamy vanilla ice cream with honeycomb toffee, like little chunks, like little ball chunks, and it's scattered throughout the ice cream. It's very, very popular around the Christmas, which is our summer region, and like trips to the beach. Like, I remember getting hokey pokey ice cream, going to the beach, going to, oh my god, I forgot, Kiwi beach. Going out to the dairy out those ways. It's just a tradition to do. Whitebait fritters. Oh man, the juvenile. So they're okay. How can I fucking explain this? Juvenile fish cooked in egg whites to create what is essentially a crispy omelette. It's like a patty. I don't know. You can eat it by yourself. Some people just eat it by themselves. Some people chuck it in with like salads. They'll chuck it up. They'll like cut it up into little pieces and shit. It's usually served with lemon or tartar sauce or tortilla sauce. It's definitely unique to New Zealand. I remember my uncle's funeral, and you have this big feast, and someone brought whitebait fritters along, and I was like, such a Kiwi, so fucking Kiwi, but it's all good. What else? Possum stew. It's basically what it sounds like. Potatoes, cut up some potatoes, get some broth, chuck it into a slow cooker, cook it up with the possum that you found, that you've killed or went hunting for. Boom, done. Hunting is a big thing in New Zealand. When you're a kid, you do it. I remember going wild boar hunting when I was a kid, but pig hunting, yeah, it's all good. Anzac biscuit. The Anzac biscuit is it's a very specific, and what we'll talk about this more on a different episode. But Anzac Day is April 25th every year. I think I could be wrong on that date. And it's a day of memory for the Australian and New Zealand soldiers who gave their life on the March of Gallipoli. And it's a big deal for all New Zealanders. Me for one. I was on the Air Corps for the Air Force, like a little cadet thing, and we did dawn services. So you get up at dawn and you go to the memorial site for Anzac Day, and you gather around and you hear speeches from either survivors or current serving Army Corps, and yeah, that's you just pay respects, and they usually play. Oh my god, it's the last trumpet. I can't remember. Oh my god, I need to sharpen up on my New Zealand knowledge. But they play a song on the trumpet, and then there's a 10-gun salute, and you kind of just a moment of silence, and it's powerful, man. It's fucking powerful, and I love that here in America they pay respects to their fallen comrades. But I don't know if you saw a while ago that I posted a couple of haka videos. And how the haka can be used in multiple ways, I should say, in a celebration, a funeral, a farewell. It's very, very unique to New Zealand. But Anzac basically means Australian New Zealand Army Corps, I think from memory. But these Anzac biscuits it's like a cookie. It's like a crunchy cookie named after Anzac that's made with rolled oats, syrup, coconut, and whatever else that makes up for a cookie, like sugar, flour, and butter and shit. Notably, there's no eggs amongst this ingredients due to the food restrictions during the time of the Anzac biscuit creation. That's right, we call them biscuits, we call cookies biscuits. Get over it, deal with it. All right. So yeah, these are legit. These are legit Anzac cookies, which is it's a good food to have. It's a good memory as well. Whenever I eat Anzac biscuits, it sounds weird, but every time I have Anzac biscuits, I genuinely take a moment to remember those who did fight for New Zealand and who did fight for Australia. And even though we're a small nation, we didn't have a large army. Australia trumped us with how big their forces were, but we fucking gave it everything. And going back to the haka, the fucking army, the fucking New Zealand military doing the haka on Gallipoli, fucking the last haka before they were going to go into battle, before they were going to go in there and fuck some people up, It's it's definitely inspiring to see those images. All right, I'm just trying to see what else is because I can't remember all the foods, I can't remember everything. But oh fuck, come on, Pavlova, man, how can you forget Pavlova? Now this is a hot debate. It's hot. Reason why I say it's hot is because it's either Australia or New Zealand's dessert. It was created in honor of a very I was a ballerina. Fuck, my history is not great. It was popular for a ballerina. I think she was Russian who toured New Zealand and Australia, and I think in the 20s. That's why it was kind of called Pavlova, because it's Slavic. Fuck. I don't know anything, guys. Australia claims that they made it first. They were the first to have this delightful, lemon meringue type deal based treat. But if you talk to a Kiwi, they'll say otherwise. They'll say that Kiwis were the first people to, and I need to fact check that, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it was invented in New Zealand, but you never know. You don't want to create fucking controversy. But yeah, it's a cake, essentially. It's a cake with a lemon meringue type base, not lemon, but that meringue type base with like cream and fruits on top, kiwi fruit, strawberry, blueberry, what's another berry? Fucking, it's a red one. Cherries, yeah, on top. And you can either eat it by itself or you can eat it with like a little dollop of cream or a little dollop of ice cream. Good times. All right, what's another one? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to break down fucking candy. Oh, no, mussels. Oh, my God, mussels. Bro, seriously. Okay, here's one thing. When I moved to America and I got my first dish of mussels, they were the most smallest pieces of shit I've ever seen. No goddamn joke. They were small. They were so fucking tiny. In New Zealand, you can get mussels that are fucking as big as your palm, and I'm not even exaggerating. That's what mussels are like to me. Fucking massive ones. Not like here in America. The green-lipped mussels are a favorite in New Zealand because it's the only place where you can find these green-lipped mussels. And even if you're not a fan of what comes from the sea, if you're not a fan of seafood, it's not nice to turn down these classics if someone offers you that. Green-lipped mussels, man, they're legit. I'm trying to get through. Gotta get through this. Oh, fucking... Bro. How could I fucking forget? The chocolate fish. Chalky fish, man. It's basically marshmallow covered with chocolate. Like milk chocolate, dark chocolate. That's all it is. But it's awesome. You get them with, you can either buy them by yourself, or if you get a hot chocolate, you'll get a little baby chocolate fish. It's pretty fucking sweet. So, sausage sizzles. Sausage sizzles are unique. They're something that I've grown up with my entire life, and it's basically bit of bread, bit of white bread, sausage in the middle, onions on top, tomato sauce on top, boom, sausage sizzle. And people usually do it for like fundraisers to like sell them for $1 or 50 cents or something like that for a fundraiser. And it's exactly what you think it would be. It's barbecue with sausage. However, because it's not like your average like cookout, it's definitely a part of Māori and Kiwi culture as a whole in New Zealand. It's not unusual to see a sausage sizzle while walking down the street because they're fucking everywhere, and I fucking love it. They're either, yeah, like I said, raising funds for charity, or just, you know, just want to make some money. Why not? Marmite. There was a little shortage of Marmite back in the day. It was very, very close to being out. The Kiwi Classic actually originated from Britain, but it was taken on a sense of national pride in New Zealand and is seen as the rival to Australia's Vegemite. So when you see Vegemite, it's not the fucking same, you cunts. Marmite is New Zealand's one. Now there's another one that I really love that I've never had ever since, was called Promite. And it was like a sweeter. So for you who don't know what Vegemite is, or even what Marmite is, it's a yeast concentrate, and it's black. It looks like tar. But the dumb thing, so if you're a foreigner and you go over to New Zealand, look, when anyone offers you a whole teaspoon of fucking Marmite, don't do it. Because that's not how it's meant to be eaten. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it, because it'll ruin Marmite for you. You're meant to just put a little dollop of that on your toast. And maybe even take that dollop that you got and fucking cut it in half. That's how much you're meant to have on toast. Okay? Look it up if you're unsure. Feijoas, oh man. Feijoas are definitely unique to New Zealand. They're like a tangy, like fruit. They're tangy to taste. LMP, love me some lemon and paeroa. It's a lemon flavored drink, and it's found anywhere you go in New Zealand. It's called LMP, and it's from paeroa. It's made from the water of paeroa, carbonated mineral water. It's legit. Oh man, you don't want to eat hoo-hoo grubs. If you don't know what hoo-hoo grubs, don't look it up. It's not fucking worth it. Lamingtons. Oh, come on, you beauty. Lamingtons are like a cake covered. It's like a chocolate cake or a little raspberry handheld cake that's covered in coconut. It's delicious. Gotta have it. Afghans. I made a lot of Afghans when I was in high school for cooking class. It's, when you hear Afghans, you may think it comes from Middle Eastern origin, but this is definitely 100% New Zealand cookie. I don't know why it's called Afghan, though. It's a chocolate cookie baked with cornflakes, mixed in, coated with chocolate icing, and then finished off with a walnut on top, with a half walnut. I don't know why the walnut came from. I don't know where that came from. Anyway. And then, yeah. Oh, bro. This is what I did when I was a fucking kid. And I'm going to tell you this right fucking now. When I was a kid and I had bread and I had chicken, some people go with something else, but I went with chicken chips, like, chips that you would get from bags, like Lay's chips for you Americans. And they had the ripples on them. Bro, what I would do, and I'm not fucking lying to you, I would get a piece of bread, put butter on it, put a generous handful of chicken chips on the piece of bread, and I make a chip sandwich. So legit. Fucking so good. You can't fuck with that shit, man. Fairy bread. Oh, do you guys know what fairy bread is? I don't even know if you know what fairy bread is. It's basically bread, because it's got the name in it. You cut off the crust. You cut it into triangles. You put butter on it, or whatever you want. Like, it could be a Nutella, or it could be like a nice little vanilla butter on it, and you cover it with hundreds and thousands. You know what? Sprinkles. Sprinkles, yeah. You probably know them as sprinkles or jimmies, but in New Zealand we call them hundreds and thousands. It's legit, and they always sell it somewhere, like at the A&P show or some bullshit. And I think that's all I've got for you guys. Peanut slab, classic Whitakers. Oysters, specifically Bluff oysters, delicious in the South Island. And oh, come on, Griffin's biscuits. Anything from Griffin's, Mallow Puffs, Strawberries, Toffee Pops, Macaroons, Squiggles, they're fucking legit, alright? Pineapple lumps, boil up, fry bread. Oh, fry bread, no way. Oh, come on, Goody Goody Gumdrops. I'm just looking through all these fucking lists. Goody Goody Gumdrops from Tip Top is basically a bubblegum flavored ice cream with, let's find an American equivalent. Jelly beans? No, not jelly beans. Like gummies. Like gummies? Does that make sense? It's like gummies scattered throughout the ice cream. It's so legit. Spaghetti on toast. Spaghetti in a can on toast, motherfuckers. Not like pasta spaghetti, like spaghetti in a can. It's tomato sauce. You have it on toast. It's so fucking legit. Man, my mouth is salivating. I actually want some of this. But yeah, okay, that's the food that I always get asked. Like, what's New Zealand known for? For food, we're known for a lot of things. All right, if you were to taste one of them, I would highly suggest green lip mussels. Let's set up starters, a main, and a dessert. Okay, starters. Okay, let's set up the starter. So I would have you. If you came to restaurant Dion, New Zealand, your starter would be a nice array of green lip mussels. Okay, get your tummy rumbling, and then your main would be a little bit of hangi, with maybe a side of boil up. If you don't know what boil up is, please Google that. And your dessert would be a nice heavenly slice of a couple of options. We're going to go with a smorgasbord. A nice heavenly slice of pavlova, lamingtons, 3 biscuits of squiggles, mellow puffs, and toffee pops. Toffee pops is my favorite cookie, like legit. Whenever anyone asks me, what do you want? I go, if you want me to, if they want to send me something from New Zealand, I say, Whittaker's peanut butter chocolate and toffee pops, please. That's all I'll ask for. Because I love that shit so much in my stomach. Okay, this podcast is over. It's already gone long that I like. Look, if you enjoy the show, please share it out to your friends on your social media channels. Hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button on the Podbean app or Podbean website. And if you want to chuck a couple of shekels my way, look, it'll mean a lot to me. We only have you can pledge as little to as much as you want, all right? And no matter what, you're going to be rewarded in the process, okay? I just had a burp coming. I don't want to burp in the microphone. But, yeah, okay? You get rewarded no matter what pledge you give. Because it truly does mean a lot to me that you not only listen to this, not only share this, but you want to invest in this. Because that's what it's about. It's about investing in it. So I appreciate it already. Okay, I'm out of here. So hopefully you learned a lot from these podcasts so far. I'm enjoying it. All right, I'm out of here. Goodbye.